Are you ready? Let's go. As Rick struggles to find a seat. Well, good morning, everybody.
What happened?
Good morning. Good morning.
Cleaned out everything.
Hey,
and,
can you close that gap in your drapes? That's going to be miserable in a little while.
Oh yeah.
Everything bugs you.
Is that facing east? Is that window facing east?
Yeah.
Facing,
that wasn't any better.
Facing
we'll complain later when it gets too much. So it's either that or move your camera to your right. There you go.
Happy.
Perfect.
You're happy there.
We might have to start AIing him.
Yeah. So, anyways, what do you guys?
Well, good morning, Matt. It's great to see your scruffy face.
I shaved it last week, or trimmed it, I should say. I had a job interview this week.
Ooh,
really?
Didn't get it, but that's okay.
Oh well, gotta be out there trying.
Yeah.
So, oh boy. So let's see. Where do we want to start? I didn't write anything down of a list of things. Up. Hang on a second. Come on up here.
Oh,
come on.
here comes the boss.
Just sit there looking at me. Come on. Oh well, she'll come up. So anyway, I don't have a list of things, but we got a lot of good stuff. Rick and I were talking a little bit about the Cup series and stuff that's going on there, and Denny taking out his driver. That was brilliant. And then Chase just right in.
That was a great finish.
That was a great.
That was good old. Yeah. That was good old fashioned NASCAR.
Doctor
Old fashioned.
For Dr. Feelgoods, baby. Can't beat
it.
I thought on the first restart, I don't know what happened, but he was in the group of Dr. Feelgoods there.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually lost 3 spots. So I didn't see what happened to Chase there. But in the second restart, his Dr. Feelgoods got in the right lane and he just flew, man.
Yeah.
I don't think people seen. Look at the distance that he made up, like on the other guys as he was blowing by them. You know.
Yeah.
High, low, tire, man. Tires. You can't beat tires.
No.
Nobody can.
Nope.
But yeah, great finish. So I'm glad it happened the way it did, and Chase didn't just drive around him, because everybody got to boo Denny and the whole bit. You know what I mean?
That's okay.
Denny's the greatest, man. I mean,
I gotta say, to me, he's a racer first.
Yeah,
that was completely fine with me. It made for a great ending.
But it really wasn't bright. Stuffing his own driver, his own car into the wall so that and they could have finished 1-2.
No, he couldn't. They had no freaking chance. Chase Elliott was going underneath all of them and blowing them away. If anything, by whacking Chase won by a smaller distance.
Yeah.
Nah, there ain't no way. They weren't gonna beat those 4 tires.
No. He was
But
on the rail.
it sure made it great for some. What did somebody say? They go, well, if he would have got behind Bubba and then pushed him,
Mm-hmm.
you know how slow you would have had to go to get behind Bubba, and then try and put. They'd have been lucky to finish second. I don't even know what they finished. Denny got second, I know.
Yeah, and Bubba was at 4th or 5th.
5th, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Sarah Jane said Denny was going for the win. Can't complain about on that, and that's how I felt about it.
I like how the interview afterwards that I saw. He was just kind of really closed mouth. It's like he knew.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I watched Mario Andretti take out his son. I mean, take the front wing off his son at Long Beach. Just, they're race car drivers, dude. They'll run over the ground. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you aren't like that, you're not going to be in Cup.
No.
It's
everybody bitches about Carson Hocevar just because he's fast,
mm-hmm.
But if he stops driving like that, he won't be in Cup.
Yeah,
you have to drive. I mean, those are the best of the best.
Look at the guys that are in the back of the field. We know who some of them are, but for the most part, we don't know. We don't care. But unless they're bumping somebody into the wall. But Carson and to some extent Gregson, but he hasn't really lived up to what I thought he was going to do. But Carson, he's up there all the time. The legacy team, those guys have been up there too.
They haven't been in the last week, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. I didn't realize it. We're looking at the points, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
So so 8 go in, right?
Yep.
So 8 go in, and I was thinking 4. I don't know what made me think 4 this morning. We got one more round of that. We got Talladega, right? So Denny's safe, Kyle safe, any guys with like 40. I think Byron is another one safe. I'm not looking at it right now, but yeah, it's pretty much some of those bottom guys. Logano looks like he's got a win to get in. Now,
is Blaney in?
He won New Hampshire.
Oh, he is in. So okay,
they put a Phoenix display on there, right, Matt? Living over in Phoenix.
Yep.
They showed you what's going to happen in the final if he gets there.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think we got one more. If they can get a car in, I think this is going to be the 1 year where people lose their crap.
Yeah.
Finally, once and for all, on Penske and his not shenanigans, just playing by the rules.
Sorry, I was thinking 4, not 8. Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely
there's 8. So we got another round. So Blaney still has to get in. I think that looks like Cindric's out, Joey's out. Well, it depends on what happens.
Yeah.
That's one thing funny about the Cup is that like on the Roval, one bad turn, one bad dive bomb, and you could just be out of the whole damn thing, I have to look for something real quick. I'm gonna guys take you on a tour. But I mean, one bad screw up and you're gone, By the way, bad news in the dog world. Roscoe passed away.
No.
For those who don't know who Roscoe is,
Roscoe's the most famous dog in the world.
No, he's not. I didn't know who he was till you talked about him. It's Lewis Hamilton's bulldog. Sorry, Lewis.
And
we just sucks.
We just lost ours in Mia, and Mia was a carbon copy, and they were the same age as Roscoe.
They're
Oh, really?
English Bulldog. Yeah. So we lost ours in what, about a month ago, Jim? A month and a half ago.
Yep.
Yeah. And so it was. So Lewis is running his first race. Actually, they had about a minute to go, and Lewis was quickest in round one of the qualifying there.
Mm.
So it lit a fire under him.
Yep. Hey, let me bring up this comment that Doug made. I've almost got everything set back to send parts out. Sorry it's taken so long, but moving and renovating has been tough on this old man. Yeah, Doug just moved, so it's been what, almost 3 weeks. And thank you guys for your patience. You know how Doug is always on top of everything for those of you who have had to have parts replaced. Doug has been great about it, but he just moved. We all know how that goes. So, yeah. So anyway, thank you, Doug, for saying that. Thank you for doing what you do for all the guys, and we're going to be getting back to abnormal very soon. So,
hey, it sounds like a piss poor excuse to me, Matt.
Oh my goodness! I'm going to step back from that.
This is the guy that's moving his office right now too. But we're going to try to hold the gang in together. I think
pre-record. That's right. We don't have an interview today. That we have a lot of guys lined up. We got Jim Hannigan's going to be on. We got
oh, great!
But we do have a video today.
We got our boy Seagraves. We got Chip Ganassi said he'd do it. Greg Daughtry from Penske's going to do it. We got a great lineup. I just have to get to it, you know?
Yeah, that's going to be so cool.
Yeah, then that's why we're going to record them and then play the interviews and stuff. We got to figure out Felix's schedule. What's a good day to record on Friday or Thursday, depending on Matt.
Mm-hmm. But you know what, guys?
I can make it work.
Even though we're going to record it on whatever day, I'm gonna be here at my little desk in the corner of my barn, and to go through the live comments, and I'll be watching it with you guys. But I'm going to be following in on YouTube and watching and commenting along with you guys. Not these two ugly mugs, but unless the guy with the glasses decides he wants to get up early and join in and comment too. But I'll be here. This is part of my my good breakfast.
Well, the other guys, you won't get the buffering and crap. If you record it, what happens is when you do this live like this, you get buffering, you get whatever, depending on the power of the streaming at that time. Remember, we all have to go through Jim's internet. If you're think of it like recording a band where you have drums, bass, and you have all these signals coming into one. Well, if you record StreamYard, it's just a single signal going straight into the computer. So there is no buffering, there is no nothing. And it'll be a much better show. We could do interviews. I mean, nothing's worse than having somebody on you're interviewing and they're buffering,
That is, and that even happens a little bit less. Sometimes that happens, but that's why I have always done all of my podcasts as recordings. I don't like doing live podcasts. And plus I go in there and snip a little when somebody has a brain lockup like I do all the time.
Yep. But yeah, so anyways, it's going to be a much better show. Sorry we couldn't do it this week, but Doug was moving, so we couldn't do it, right?
Yeah, we'll blame it on Doug.
Okay, it's Doug's fault.
We need AI filters on all of our faces.
So anyways,
you ever see any of those clips from Asia where obviously these they're I don't know what they are. They're the videos of where they're probably trying to get money out of guys by having this sexy girl talking to them, and then the film goes out and it's grandma.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Everybody knows what we look like anyway, so
we can't hide that.
No, with AI, we could make ourselves look really good.
Yeah.
We could. Who knows? You might see a younger version of Rick and Jim and Matt.
Mhm.
In the near future with AI.
Yeah. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
I get a muscle body, my shirt off. With the.
Oh yeah.
Is this
I did. I was able to do that once.
You're like one of those compilations of Greg Gutfeld where it's his head
Yeah.
superimposed on
Yeah.
some bodybuilder.
So let's get back to the racing.
Let's get back to
Racing.
cars.
the models. I think actually we got Jim, by the way, a little applause for Jim. He entered his scratch built Husqvarna.
Oh heck yeah!
Got
Which
a
was
little
beautiful.
participation trophy.
I didn't get a participation trophy.
Oh, I don't know. I just
There you go,
Well,
guys.
it was in New Mexico. Don't everybody get a participation trophy like California?
I don't think so.
See, where Matt lives, you don't get participation trophies. Out here, we do, Matt.
Yeah, I don't give you nothing.
Great job, Jim. Won the motorcycle class.
What was it that you what position did you land in on the
First.
you got a first.
There were seven others.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But
That's good.
Yeah, I kind of walked up to the table, went gulped because there were a couple Harley choppers that were really pretty nice.
There's probably because those guys come down here to Phoenix, and I know there's been some heavy hitters with motorcycles down here that come from out of town. So I imagine I know there's some good builders in Albuquerque.
Albuquerque model builders. They were really a bunch of really nice guys.
Yeah, they're good people up there.
I'm glad I went, and Shane Dangerfield and some of the other guys, they were great. So it was about 11 hours each way. But it was fun. I'm glad I went. And yeah.
So. I just want to know one thing. Did Shane have a lot of good one-liners? Rodney's brother?
Not so much. Not so much.
Not so much. No. It didn't follow the other name. But anyways, yeah, we got great.
Hey, let me put one other thing. Show one other thing. Let me bring this up. Big Country says he's going to send me some pics later of something that he had at Atlanta, but I want to show an image, guys. This is Randall Romine is one of our club builders.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the club exclusive Marty Robbins car. Now, the reason I'm showing this is I love to be able to show the kits you do. And the show reminders that we post on here, the banners on both this page and the club page. If you do a good build, I want to be able to share your builds. The club guys can post their stuff all the time, and I harvest stuff from there. But he did. I emailed him today. There's a couple things that he did that were really good. When you take pictures of your cars, and it's not difficult, make sure the hood sits in where it should, and it's the front of it's not jacked up a little bit. Look at the nice seamless background. It's nothing to do something like that. You can throw a towel, you can throw a blanket, you can throw whatever that's seamless, good lighting, and give me some room around it, and I am happy to use your pictures to share to other guys as long as those are stock decals. I don't care what other work you do on it, but as long as it's stock decals, that's the thing. We're not going to show anything
stock to this company.
To this company, we're not going to share other builds from other things, no matter how good they are. We're in the business of trying to sell our own stuff. Okay,
but we're in the business of not losing our licensing.
Bingo. Most importantly,
if we even talked about there are other decals on there, technically we have to turn those people in according to our licensing. So let's drop that subject right now.
Yep.
How about that?
That works.
Move on to the next thing and let's show what we got. We got some new kits up in the store.
New kits.
And we
got
got
in here
38. I'll tell you what, I got 90 pieces of 90 pieces of photo etch, and I'm at 80. I don't know where I'm at exactly, but somewhere over 80. So
Wow, you're going to have to order that second grouping pretty quick.
Well, I'm not going to order if it dies there. So we are going to make 90. That's for sure. There's probably about 10 left somewhere in there. If they don't keep buying them, why would I order another 100 sets of photo etch?
Guys, you got to buy them because we've got to do more of these cars and more of the other cars that are on the list.
Well, I'm hopeful now. My Lotus 64, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got. Well, what will happen is that they'll come out in spurts. Then the guys that buy the first 90, they're going to get them. They're going to get them before Christmas. Okay. The guys that buy the second 90, if we do go to the second 90, they will come out later in the year. They'll come out whenever we get the photo etch done. But there is 90 pieces as quick as Matt can get all the parts done. The spun metal will be overnight. So it's pretty quick from here. The decals are ordered, so we'll be able to do 90 pieces, and then the next ones will be in batch 2. Mm-hmm. If we go, it looks like we're going to go that far. If we did 80, of course we'll go to 200.
I'm printing parts like a madman right now too.
Yeah, so we are going to do, but remember, if all the guys that purchased, you're in the first 90. I think it's about 90. It was 96, and we took a few pieces, so it might be 92, something like that, But then after that, we got to wait on stuff, so it'll be batch 2, and then that will give till the end of the year, batch 2. So if you missed out, you can still get in on batch 2. But if you want them quickly, there's only a few spots left. How about that?
There you go.
And then of course, we got the Renier Racing that we're running behind about 3 weeks. That'll go out next week to the club members. That's the kid of the month for the club members. And then along with that is that Rebel Bourbon car that he just showed of Kyle Busch. And those are going out. And then probably the following week, we're going to have the Petty Pick 1 82 Kyle or Richard, whoever you want to build. Great.
I know I've got that on here. I'm looking to, but it wasn't in the folder that I was looking in. Give me a minute.
Whatever, they know.
They're Pontiacs too, which was my favorite Pontiacs.
And then we got the Busch beer car going with that.
Here it is.
Then
Yay!
And by the way, you get the Uno decals on Kyle.
Yeah.
And all that red on both cars, you get it all. Clay did separate. It's very expensive kit, the decal wise, but you get all that red. So
it's a blue car, shot in blue, and then you do the other stuff on there.
Are you paying
poison?
If it's all blue, that's going to make it real simple for putting the chassis together, because I'll probably do a curbside of that Uno car and concentrate on the looks of the body. I've wanted to do that model for a long time.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
That is going to be a great one.
There's the Ross the Boss.
Ross the Boss.
The Busch Light. And
let's see, when is that one for?
That is a looking car, Matt.
Yeah, that's a good looking car.
That's a looking car. Yeah, that's a fun decal job there.
That is October. Yep.
And then we got but it will go right after. They're going to be like right in a row because we're so far behind, and we're going to catch up right there. We're going to catch up with Ross and with the Petty car, and then the the new car for November is going to be not that one. That's December. Chase Elliott's.
Yep, that's up for pre-sale.
That's for all you Hamlin fans to go pick. All you Hamlin fans, that was a great race. Thank God for Denny Hamlin. You know what I mean? Without Denny, would there be any fun? You got to have the guy.
I gotta agree.
At this point in his career, he's just embracing it. You know what I mean? He's having fun with it. But Chase beat your favorite driver, so go out and support Chase. And then, of course, there's this November kid. That's your Thanksgiving kid, Ryan Blaney's winner. And I'm sure everybody's shaking in their boots if he gets in that Final Four and goes to Phoenix with that same exact car. You know what they are.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know the Phoenix car. And it's
Yes.
How did we get in the round of 8? We win New Hampshire, and then we go to Phoenix with the same car.
Mm-hmm.
Just load it up, put it in the shop, wash it off, tune it up, don't change a thing.
Well, they're so similar in the way they drive, the two tracks.
Yeah.
And then next year, I'm coming over. Me and Matt are gonna hang. I don't know if I'll stay for Sunday, Matt, but
I usually like to go on the late part of the week.
We'll go Friday, Saturday.
I like that.
Watch the Indy cars around Phoenix. Have not seen that for years.
Yeah.
Get to watch the Indy cars, and we'll watch the Xfinity. We'll watch Dell Jr.'s cars run. In fact, runs good there. Justin Allgaier, he runs.
Let's talk about that buffering.
Run.
That's all on you, Rick. That's not on us.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing, but it's all on because we're stuffing through your computer. But anyways,
say that again. I'm gonna remove a couple things from here, and that might help a little bit too. So what did you say?
Yeah, I was just saying we're gonna watch Dell Jr.'s cars run, and we're gonna watch the Indy cars. And I doubt if I'll stay for the Cup race. I'll probably start driving home.
Yeah.
About what, 5 hours? Only about 5 hours now with the freeway.
5. Yeah.
5 hours. That's my limit.
And then about that much of the traffic getting out of the parking lot.
No, not if
it's about
that.
It's about 20 minutes from me.
Mm-hmm. So gonna go watch that was one of my favorite. Well, that was the second track I ever seen IndyCar run on in 1970. Before Indy, Mario had the Hawk, and that was the first race I seen the Johnny Lightning car. And I think Al won it, and then he went on and won Indy. He won back to back. That was the year he won 10 races.
Yeah.
That was his record tying to AJ Foyt 10 race season. And Mario the year before won 9 with that Hawk. And then Mario shows up at Indy, and they got the McNamara because the fallout with Lotus, and that was a Pelican. That's when you showed up.
StreamYard edited you before you even said it.
I didn't say S word. I said C.
Yeah, and it edited it bleeped you.
It bleeped it right out perfectly.
Right out. It deleted it.
So you could have said the S word.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so great cars coming out. I love the Kelly Blue Book one and and then Blaney. That was a cool looking car with that green on the hood there.
It was.
Looked different. And the Busch Beer, I really like that one. Chastain's car. And it's going to be interesting to see who gets through now. The Roval, I mean, we're fighting at the bottom right now. All the guys with the big points, Hamlin, Larson, Biden, I'm leaving someone out, but them guys are all going to get through. It's the next round that is win or die.
The
You
guys
know?
that squeak in at the bottom, they squeaked in for a reason, and they're not going to be squeaking through.
Right. And then you got the next round's the hilarious round because you got the Talladega.
Yeah.
Screw it all up. So you got to get through Talladega. That's like that's the challenge, I think, right?
Yes.
Playoffs are great. I tell you, I hated them when they started, and especially when it was 16 or whatever it was races to, they added up the points. That was no. But then when they did when they started the elimination thing, I thought, well, how stupid is that? You could win every race and then go to the last race. And guess what? It's exciting.
Yeah.
Now there's talk about going back to the old way of for the championship. Is it just speculation? I thought there was a little meat on that bone.
No, I hadn't heard nothing.
There's rumblings only because I know Junior was talking about it only because ratings have fallen so bad. They're concerned.
It's called the NFL is playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go up against hell. God has trouble against the NFL.
Well, the NFL is doing its best to put the barrel in its mouth and click, click, click. They just continue to do dumb stuff, and it's just getting worse. So anyway,
I don't know. I really don't watch it much. I'm a race car guy.
But, yeah, I don't.
I watched MotoGP sprint race this morning, which was surprising. Don't want to be a spoiler. Then I was right in the middle of Formula One qualifying. I'll go over to later on this afternoon. I'm sure I'm going to get some Xfinity racing.
Yeah.
And we got probably qualifying, I would assume, from the Roval. We did see, what we see last night? I know. I was in, I had to give Patty got a flat tire, so I gave her husband a ride. And we were watching Xfinity. It might have been truck practice at the Roval. I'm not sure because the sound wasn't on, It might have been the race, actually. But, yeah.
I really think that the thing that's probably hurt the ratings for NASCAR this year, and I think this is what Junior was talking about, is this TV deal that they came up with, streaming and TV. It's all over the place, and they're asking the fans to chase them, and they need to go back to the way things were at the height of NASCAR, where you had the two deals, and it was easy to find the races, and that's probably what's hurting.
If
NASCAR
NBC is going to carry it, NBC needs to carry it, not run it over to all their other channels, because we have to chase it around everywhere. Fox, same thing. If you're gonna do it, Fox, do it on broadcast Fox. Don't make us chase from Fox Sports 1 to Fox Sports 2 and all that stuff.
I don't think these channels are getting it, or the broadcasters are getting it. It's just like people just can't subscribe to every streaming services. Can't. You end up spending $2,000 a month. It's not going to happen. So they need. Yeah.
What's that? Right?
It's 287.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
actually, that's getting Paramount off of Marco. So add that on. Probably, I don't know what that is a month. That was the way I was able to watch that one portion of the season. So over, like, you're right, probably about 350, something like that.
Yeah, that gets to be too much, and then
Well, that's why Roger Penske was the stroke of genius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gets Wide World of Sports. They get the Indy 500 for forever. Or not Wide World of Sports, excuse me, Channel 11, Fox.
Fox.
The Indy 500 forever. They got only well, 2 of the races are at Indy, so they only have to put on 14 races on network television. Can't
Yes.
be anywhere else, has to be on network, right?
Mhm.
And not during the NFL season, right? So it's a no-brainer. They paid him a fortune, and they got, they're
So
playing in the
what was the end results of that? How was IndyCar ratings because of that this
well,
past year?
they weren't NASCAR ratings. Okay, let's get that
Right.
straight. Okay,
It's never going to happen, but
yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Well, Indy blows away everything, but
yeah, that's
besides
another angle.
their ratings were through the roof. I mean, I think they were all. Chris said doubled.
Wow.
They were over doubled. So it was a great win for IndyCar, and IndyCar has always been a short season. It
Mhm.
stay that way. Do not expand the season.
No.
NASCAR, that's the NASCAR game. You know what I mean? We get our open wheel window, kind of, starts right before May there, and you get it through summer. And at the end of summer, it's gone, and we're back in the playoffs at NASCAR.
Mhm.
They don't fight each other in a sense. Indy gets to stand on its perch on Memorial Weekend,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they do have the better race on Memorial Weekend, and then they fade. They have their little championship run. They keep the Elkhart Lakes, the middle, the traditional tracks. The Long Beach, the the road course that they open the season with in Florida. That's become a staple now.
Yeah.
Not big on the concrete on both sides races, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, it's just not as fun. It's harder to pass.
Yep.
And but they still have the great road courses, Road America.
Yes.
Yeah, and the two there, and then they get you. I'm glad they're back at Milwaukee, and it's awesome. Phoenix is back on the schedule. That
made
was
me happy.
That track was built for Indy cars.
Yeah.
That was the Indy car.
That's what it was. It was an IndyCar. It was.
They go and test there before Indy.
I expect that the Indy cars don't drop down in the middle of the dog leg there.
No.
Those chassis probably wouldn't like that very much.
No. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Indy cars are on this new track. It's really very different than it was back in the day.
Flat out like they always were. They'll put the road course wings on.
I miss the old track.
Yeah, the old track had more character.
I love that old track.
That top line, you could really use it in an Indy car. You can pass cars. I mean, it was easy to get through traffic, because it is a traffic jam, cars and stuff. And back then they didn't throw all the yellows like they throw today, back then, they ran through everything. So, it was a lot of lapping cars, and, we'll see. You never know how the arrow is going to work, and then they got to adjust it. So this will be the first time. So you give them a little bit of slack, It's just like when they showed up to, I forgot what oval last year, where they took the element out of the back, the course wing, and the racing stunk. Nobody could go up around the top. So then they put it back in, and then they had good racing. Yeah, those little tracks have to have high downforce.
Oh yes,
there's no way around it. And Indy just made the decision that we're only going to risk our drivers' lives once a year at Indy, and we're not going to. And
that's a nice way to put it.
Texas and try and kill someone,
Yep.
I don't blame him, because the ratings stink on Texas anyway. I love that race. I mean, it's insane. Fontana was insane. I mean, those guys had a screw loose. But
Yeah.
but they've decided, you know what? People don't want to see cars built like that flying through the air, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
yeah.
we're
So,
I have an educational video for everybody.
I need education.
And if you need to take a pee break, you can also take a pee break during my educational video here. But I had one last part that I had to redo for the Lotus, and the guy out in California didn't mail it back so I could fix it. So instead, I cast a new one. But I'm showing you guys a little bit of a process on casting the metal parts. So here we go. So before I get into things, this is my little vacuum casting setup. It's still got a little bit of ways to go for the heat to come up, but this is where plaster molds are made. I can pull a vacuum on my molds, on my plaster in there. And when I go to pour the molds, they'll sit on here and there will be a vacuum that pulls on the bottom through the plaster. And this is where the metal is melting at the moment. You can see my trick little mirror, so I can stand here and I can look inside without having to get my head over it to stick my head in there. A vacuum pump, a little extra bronze, and we'll kick this thing off in a couple minutes. And the bronze pours at about 2100 degrees. Go to Mom. Go on, go. So I've got a couple molds in here that I'm going to pour in a couple minutes. They're cooling down to about 1000 degrees, and they're parts. These are a couple parts for the Lotus 38. The big mold is for the Lotus 64. And there's somebody doing what she has to do. It's getting warm. We're up to 1085C and we need to get to 1100. So you can see that the bronze in there is all melted, but it's got to get a little bit more fluid. Right now it feels like heavy cream, and it's got to be more like milk when I go to pour it. So it's getting close. All right, I'm going to pour my big mold first. Some garbage in there. Okay, that's the vacuum pump. See the holes? It'll suck air through those holes. I'm really not that bad. Just that purple shirt makes me fat. Okay, the camera shut off during recording the first mold. But see the little holes there in the top there, or the bottom actually? As I put this on the vacuum table, it sucks the air through the plaster and sucks the bronze into the part. So this is a vacuum pump. Getting down there to very low. What the heck? The screen went out on it, so I thought the camera shut off. It's just the screen goes off. First time using the GoPro.
Oh, GoPro.
So,
Can't hear you, Rick. So now I'll know what it does for future videos. Hi, baby. You don't want to leave the metal in the crucible cool down. It's not great.
Hello,
baby.
Part?
What's that?
Do we get to see the part?
You will get to see the parts. Yep.
Oh, this is how you do jewelry, guys.
This is how you do jewelry. This is how I did all the parts for the Lotus. So that mold is still, that metal's probably 17.
So it's Friday morning and just a little post-mortem on the casting yesterday. So this was the main goal of what I was trying to get cast. This is the upper bulkhead part on the Lotus 38, and I made some changes, and I had to redo this part. So here it is. I made 2. These are just how I print them out of the printer. It's a printable wax type material. So anyway, I did 2 just in case to make sure one would come out, and they both did. And this is what was in the big mold. These are parts for the Lotus 64. Let's see. I don't know. I don't remember what these were, but they were important. Roll bar. Something. This goes right above the driver's feet. Some of these other parts are the transmission, the 4-wheel drive transmission part, and some of these are the water and oil lines that go from the front to the back. So that's what was in there. I realized that my GoPro, later on, the screens go off after a few seconds. So that's why I thought the thing shut down on me, and it was still recording. So fortunately, I was able to edit out all the swearing. I was sounding like Rick.
I was starting to sound like Rick.
That was good.
There we go. So that's how jewelry's done, and I had to do
Yes,
this
it is.
for the prototypes for these because they go to get the vulcanized rubber molds done on them. So
Now
Yeah.
there
So
is
those are the masters for the spun metal guy.
exactly,
Correct.
exactly. And they were already off in the mail to him, so he'll have those Monday, Tuesday.
Neato.
Yep.
That was a couple of upgrade parts that we did, and Matt's final stuff's all off to him probably Monday, Tuesday. Matt,
Right on. Cool.
the tires that you see in the photo are great. The tread pattern's great, but they were a little bit wide. So Jim, the height was beautiful on the fronts, but they got a little squarey and wide. So we got that fixed, and so we made a little change to the front and rear tires. And boy, it's a beauty. It's sitting right here next to me, by the way. That's what I'm looking at, and turned out great. I can't wait to get all the parts and actually paint one with some decals, because
Yeah.
to really start it, you got to do the monocoques tub. You got to paint it, decal it, clear it, get it all done before you start hanging parts on it, because there's no way to tape it off later.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's a lot of kits I've done that way. And so then when you're done, wherever you're probably on the side of the monocoques, you're going to be holding it while you're gluing stuff on. And then all you do is just rebuff that out a little bit, and it looks sweet.
Yeah.
And can't wait to get started on mine, the actual decaled one. But it was a lot of fun building this one. And there's a lot of parts, guys.
Yeah.
Anyone that thinks you're buying the guys that do like the March and 125th, they think that's all they have right now for sale. But that do those Indy cars with a handful of parts, that isn't this. It's probably, if you count all the Zeus fasteners and rivets.
Oh
like
boy, yeah.
200 parts. I don't know. It's a lot of work. It's
And it's just the detail in the parts that I'm working on, and right now I've been working on the monocoque master, getting it all smoothed out and everything, and avoiding taking any of the detail off.
Do you got the new one, or you have the one I have? I think I have yours.
No, Jim sent me 2 of the new ones that have the nose for the that's where the front of the engine goes in to hold it in place now. That's the one I'm working on.
And then also with the bigger side, so you could drill out the holes for the Oh, he's already got those. Okay.
Yep. I've got that, and I just received, by the way, I didn't let you know, Jim, might as well tell you now, is I just received those new nose, front nose, 2 noses.
Yep.
So good. Yeah, use the longest one because the material shrinks just a touch. You know, so it's like 10,000 sounds like nothing. It is nothing. You know, 10,000. Yeah.
It's a couple.
It's nothing and it's everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you got these different materials, you got resin, you got metal, and so as we're going through it, going, oh crap, we need like 10,000 right here because materials shrink at different levels. And I built the car. That was to make all those little adjustments for that 10,000 here, that. And everything's fixed, and that's why you see a lot of gray on my car, because these two came up with a deal where you put the pins in the engine cover, and it's really cool, the pinning system. Technically, you can leave it off, guys, because it fits so good, but it's really cool just to have it. It looks good, and we'll provide all the pins and Zeus fasteners. He's got little divots where you just put them right in. You'll probably fill with paint, but there's plenty of Zeus fasteners. You got extra. The screen mesh in the front, opening there. There's screen mesh on both sides of the radiator, on the oil cooler. There's a screen mesh that goes over the intakes on the side of the car right here, right there. There's screen mesh that goes over that. And then, of course, there's photo etch on the steering wheel, seat belts. You can't see them, but they're like a ribbon material like everybody uses, and all that's photo etch.
And I got to say something. You're holding that up. That is the perfect size for that Indy car, being 20th scale. Can you imagine if it was 25th? That really does look. The size is perfect.
Well, to me, it started at 112, and IMC and whatever MPC did 125th, and one was too big and one was way too small.
Yeah.
And boy, if you want me, I can go get the 125th in my other room. You want to see it?
That would be good to see the two of them side by side.
Yeah, that would be. You should take pictures of that and put it on the website too. I think that the size of that is perfect. It really, in that size, it's going to fit in your typical case. Your little cases for your 125th, 24th scale model cars. So
you talk, unplug my ears and roll back and grab it. I'll be right back.
Okay, you do that, and that's going to be a beautiful looking model, being at that size. Plus, again, there's such little tiny fiddly things that being in 125th, they would have just been too small. Would have had them bulk them up, and they wouldn't look right. There you go.
Just your standard size box.
Look at how tiny that is.
Little Rick Sell built this car back in and saved it back in. I only painted this right here, and they had to paint the covers because they weren't thing. But let's see if I can. You know what? I just knocked the.
Everything went down. It all went downhill.
Cover
See, live shows.
Put them side by side and move your phone.
That's what I'm going to do. I just knocked out 2 of the pins, though.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. Where's my phone?
Still looking at your face.
I got to turn it around. How do I turn it around, guys? Help me out.
You can either flip the camera, or
How much
Oh,
one's-
good. Right there. That looks good.
Wow,
What a difference.
that is a heck of a difference.
Yeah. I would much rather have it at the 20th scale.
Yeah.
You're just going to have better detail and better accuracy in
Look at
scale.
my hand in there. I mean,
Yeah.
this is tiny, guys.
Well, we had talked about that initially, and the one of the big things about it was all of the suspension. There's stuff we had to do on this that minimum size for production was a 1/16 of an inch.
Mhm.
And can you imagine what these trailing arms that are a 1/16 of an inch, they already look a little bit disproportionate. And these actually are probably about maybe 50 thousandths, not 62.
Mhm.
And,
Well, just to let
and
you
if
know,
we
Jim.
to do that at 1/25th scale, they'd have looked like 2-inch pipe.
Yeah.
just to let, by the way, they're the one on the 1/25th scale car compared to ours,
Uh-huh.
the 25ths are bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
It's out of scale, but don't forget also on this, you got real springs in there, guys, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, the shocks actually go in and you put a spring in between them. I need to get a picture of that. It's really cool. It's a fun build. You're gonna love it. I mean, if you're expecting this, little Rick Salvino did this one. No, little Rick
Little
Salvino
fella.
did the other one.
Uh-uh.
My
No.
mom would have been working on that one 90% of the time. You know?
No, this thing's going to take you some months, and you're not building it to be whipping through on a weekend. You're buying something that is going to take your time, and it's going to be worth the time and the effort. You're spending the money, spend the effort on it, because you got a lot of parts to clean and polish and smooth and stuff like that. It's you guys have built multimedia kits. No, they're not a weekend project. Yeah.
Other people don't know.
Yeah.
But you'll get rubber tires, by the way. Matt will rubberize your tires. And
I'm the rubberizer, they call me.
isn't that pretty funny? Marco just found that car. I got
That's cool. Really?
And it was in a box, dude. It's missing one of the might be knocked inside, actually. One of the fuel fillers, and then the brace for the roll bar is sitting in the seat there. But I built that when I was a kid.
That's a
It's
long
crazy.
time ago.
Yeah, I was a kid. You kidding?
Yeah.
I don't know. I built a lot of them, so it might have been when testers reshot them.
Mhm.
This was probably a tester's reshot.
Well, in the neighborhood of 60 years ago, somewhere in there, close to.
No, this one, I would have built this probably 13, something like that, 12, 13 years old. If it's testers, right? The
Probably.
first one came out, I was probably 8, 9.
Jeez.
So when that was, remember the drawing box where it was drawn, and it came out like 2 years later, after the race, because we were getting the low 965, which is 63 car.
Mhm.
So that was the first race car I ever seen, for sale. And then they had the Parnelli Jones 63 Indy winner, Watson Roadster.
Mhm.
That was the second one I ever seen. I don't know, for some reason my brain goes to the Mickey Thompson 4-engine car. I'm not sure the order of race car.
Oh boy.
I don't think we've seen a cup car. The first cup car I seen, I went back and there was a that's the slot car, Jim.
No, that's the model.
Yeah, but that wasn't the original box.
Well, somebody sent me this actually a couple days ago. He got this kit, and I can even
That's the I can't see from the picture. But
IMC.
what happened, Colin Chapman, it's in the book. Yeah, that's it.
Oh boy, look at that.
But Colin Chapman actually went to the New York where the companies were out of, right? And he promoted them making his models. So they made the Lotus 29.
Yeah, it's the IMC.
Made the Lotus 38. And kind of cool. I think it was really cool that he did that. And we didn't get Cup cars, though, till, I mean, we had the Joe Hans we bastardized and, got some crappy decals. And we had the MPCs were really the first, the General Mills.
Yeah, and that would have been 71.
That was 71?
71. Yeah, I mean, you had a couple of kits in the late 60s that they threw parts to make a streetcar, and that, like the 66 and the 65 Galaxies. But
yeah, the Galaxies.
When we got the first purpose NASCAR models,
that was awesome. That was a great time, because then they followed it up. Remember, they came out with 4.
Yeah.
And then they followed up with another 4 or whatever it was, and great time.
Yep. And did you see that round 2 is repunching out the old MPC 70? Yeah, be the 71 Mercury, the Donnie Allison.
Cool. Yeah,
Wood Brother car.
Not long ago. They even used the Wood Brother box.
Well, they did that, but now they've got a brand new box art. It's a generic car, but it's that kit. They're putting it out this month, a brand new version.
I was stoked whenever Dave Burkett made a deal with them, and he did the Model Kings. They were still the MPC kits, but they put them out just as generics, and they did lose the Daytona. They lost the Superbird, or not Superbird, the Daytona, the Roadrunner, and the Charger. Though for some reason they didn't, when they purchased it, those molds they might have been used to make something else.
They were. They did. They ended up. They were always doing that kind of stuff. So those molds got
looking ahead. They didn't think there was any value in this stuff.
No.
And then we're sitting here crying because they're gone, But it is what it is, But you can find one. Look, they found the original. I mean, they weren't. When you look at them side by side, they're not great, but they were great then.
Yeah.
This week I noticed the boys over at Atlantis are doing some videos of in the factory. Showing videos of the molds, showing videos of the process. And it's fantastic, because here it's like we were able to get those molds from them for the 80s NASCAR.
Yeah.
And, guys say, oh, they're repops. No, they're return to production. We are the stewards of that history. And he's showing all around the warehouse of all these molds, and it's all this great history. And a lot of those, they don't even know what they've got. But
they're always finding new stuff.
They are bringing these old things back into production that they were there when we were kids, and now a whole new generation is going to be able to build some of these things that they're gone, they're lost, they're forgotten, but they'll be able to bring some of these back. Hey, we are well into overtime, the boys.
I got the couch being delivered right now. I can hear the rumbling going on in the other room.
Okay.
God bless you all. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the racing. I mean, it's going to be phenomenal weekend racing wise.
Yeah. And take care, Rick.
Then we'll see who can get in the round of 4, baby, after this.
That's right.
See you later, Bubba.
Later.
Bye. Take care, bud.
I got to figure out how to get out of here now.
That's always the trick.
And I'm going to throw a quick thing. You can get out of here. We don't care about you anymore. That motorcycle that I did, it's all 3D printed, but I had to use that same casting process to do the swing arm and the triple clamps, because I knew the triple clamps were going to break. Printed clamps were going to break for the forks.
Yeah.
And I had to re-drill the hole for the shocks on the swing arm, and one of them, as I drilled it through, it snapped the swing arm, and I went, oh, okay, I gotta cast it. So it's got those on there. So anyway, hey, it's cool because there was another car at the show, like a Deuce Coupe,
Mhm.
that was all 3D printed.
Oh, yeah. You're starting to see a lot of that.
It is, and a lot of the stuff, the guys that are doing them are going to have to spend extra time of doing the sanding and the priming and sanding and getting rid of the layers, but it's fantastic because it allows for so much personalization to come into the hobby, and it's fantastic. I'm so happy with the way that turned out. My shoulder there, back there.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm thinking about doing a trials bike, and I want to do a hill climber.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking about doing them both with riders in action. So, well, we'll see. It'll take a while.
Look at you turning into a model builder.
Maybe that was fun. So
I'm glad to see you doing that. I'm glad you got to go to a show and enjoy it. And
you know what?
into the community.
I've got to go to more shows in more areas because we need to be doing that as the company. Marco, it'd be great to get Rick, but he likes to stay in his house. So
yeah. Well, hopefully you and I will be meeting up at a lot of
swing arm bike. Yes.
Hopefully you and I will be meeting up at some shows in the future around the country, and
that'd be fun.
Really spreading the word.
Yep. All right, kids, have a great weekend. The rest of your weekend, afternoon, early Sunday morning to Tomoya, who is checking in from Japan, and SJ, who's checking in from the UK, and good evening to you, ma'am. Everybody else, thanks, Matt. I appreciate you getting up early and joining us.
Love it. It's always fun.
We'll start when Rick starts getting the interviews, then we'll start doing the recordings. But I think it's gonna be a trade-off, but I think it's gonna be good for
it's gonna be great. So it's gonna be great.
Have a good weekend, kids and pets. I'm gonna get
Take care, everyone.
with Miss Mia doing what she do in the backyard. Bye.